Yo, what's up YouTube? Welcome to the channel. My name is David and today I want to talk to you guys about hands down the best video lens I've ever encountered in my career for under $1,000. This is going to be the Sigma 18-35 right here, and it's absolutely amazing in so many different ways. The pros definitely weigh out the cons, and I want to talk to you guys about why it is the best lens and why you should definitely own one if you're getting into filmmaking. So today we are running on a really small setup because I have everything packed up. I'm supposed to be shooting 5 different productions this week and it is a lot. So I don't have my studio set up for YouTube or anything, but we are running our 2 aperture lights over here and we're just setting them down with the tripod on the table. So let's get into it. My name is David. If you guys are new to the channel, I make photo, video, filmmaking, creating content creation types stuff. So if you guys are into that, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. Let's just jump straight into the video about why I love this Sigma 18-35 lens so much. Let's jump into the pros of this lens and why I love it so much. First of all, it covers 18-35 at a 1.8 aperture. You don't get that aperture in a lot of zooms because I don't know why. There's probably a reason why, but honestly, you don't get that many zoom lenses with that wide of an aperture, which is already amazing because that means you get the power of a prime lens from 18 to 35. So 18 1.8, 35 1.8, and everything in between, including a 24 1.8, which is already a lens. Absolutely amazing already, and a lot of people use this on film cameras, and that could be GH4, GH5, or anything that you can use a speed booster on. And if you throw a speed booster with this lens, which is something I used to run, the GH5 with a speed booster, you get a 1.2 image, which is absolutely insane, which is why it's such an amazing lens, because with the speed booster you get the power of a super prime from 18-35, which is amazing. How many times have I said amazing in the past minute? A lot. Another thing is the throw. I like the throw. A lot of people may not like the throw. It is kind of long. It's kind of short actually. I do like the smoothness. It allows for a good amount of travel between, you know, handheld shots and whatnot, and it adds a good weight. So when you put it on your lighter camera, it does add some stabilization to it. It does add a good amount of weight to kind of counterbalance your hand and the pulling and back and forth when it's on your camera and you're shooting handheld. So I like the weight that comes with it. It is on the heavier side. I'd say it's about 1.2 pounds. I'm not completely sure. If I remember right, it's around that range, 1.2 or even 2 pounds. It's going to be on the heavier side because all Sigma lenses are a bit heavier, but honestly the images that come out of it, they're super sharp, super amazing. And I just love the image that Sigma lenses actually give. Another thing is the internal zooms. You know that a lot of lenses do move back and forth when they get zoomed in. So like the 24-70, it's gonna get longer, or the 70-200, sometimes it does get longer depending on which 70-200 you have. We also have the 18-55, the standard lens, and the 16-35, which kind of goes in and out without visibly noticing, but if you look in the center, you can't see it moving back and forth. However, on this one, you don't get any of that. It's internal zoom. It doesn't move at all. It stays the same weight distribution across. And this may not be that big to a lot of people, but if you are filmmaking with gimbals and whatnot, you are able to zoom in and out without having to rebalance anything, because that is a huge issue. If you're shooting with a zoom lens and you just have to keep rebalancing, because if the weight distribution is too far in the front, too far in the back, you're gonna have to rebalance it or it's gonna get wonky. But being able to have this internal zoom is absolutely amazing because I do love not having to do more work. So having that internal zoom is gonna do so much for me. I am so grateful for this lens. I actually had one before. I sold it because I didn't think I'd use it as much, because there is one problem with it, and it's that it is a crop frame lens. But I do own 2 full frames now. I don't even own a crop frame that I use. I own the T2i, but I don't use it. If you zoom into 35, you're gonna get an image that you're able to use. The only problem with it, with that being a crop frame lens, is that if you put it on a full frame sensor, you end up with an image like this. You can see on the corners of the screen and everywhere, you get a lot of vignetting. This is because it's a crop frame sensor, and when you get it on a crop frame, you notice that it zooms in a little bit. You get that 1.5x crop, so it would look more like this. Yeah. But since we are on a full frame, you're gonna get these vignetting on the sides, which is something that is a super downside unless you're shooting in 4K with a crop, or you're shooting on a crop frame sensor, which a lot of video cameras are, like Reds and Aris. They're all crop frames. So if you're using them, and a lot of people do use the 18-35 on Reds and whatnot because it is an amazing lens, then you don't have to worry about it. However, I shoot it on the 1DX2, I shoot it with the EOS R, and I just use the crop mode on both cameras or the 4K to zoom in and make sure I don't get the vignetting. Otherwise, I just zoom into 35 and deal with the very, very, very slight vignetting on the sides that I get. And I could even crop in post-production. That being said, that is one of the biggest cons to this lens. Like, hands down, that's pretty much it. The only other con that I would say is the weight. Now, but that is a personal preference. If you can't deal with the weight of a lens, if you can't deal with how heavy it is, because this does pack some weight. Sounds like it packs some weight. Honestly, that's about it. Sigma Art lenses are hands down one of the best lenses that stand next to the Canon lens series, the L series. I love the L series lenses, but the Sigma Art stands right next to it in power, in image, in so many different aspects. And I love what Sigma's done for their lenses. It's just crazy. They're so good at it. As far as autofocus and everything, I don't really notice any difference between Canon and Sigma. They're pretty much the same to me, and I love the images that come out of this. I've shot so many things with the 18-35. When I had my GH5, it was the only lens I had ever used for the GH5, and it was crazy. So if you're looking for a amazing all-around video lens, I promise you that the 18-35 will serve you justice. It will be in your arsenal for years to come, because it left mine, but it came straight back. I sold it and I bought it again. I was like, I need it. It's one of the best lenses I've ever had. Even though I don't have a crop frame, I figured it's okay because still, it's one of the best lenses I could ever own, and there's so many good things about it that I need to use. And a ton of filmmakers use it on their GH5s, their A7 IIIs, their 1DX2s, their Reds, their Aries, their cinema cameras for all their productions. This is an amazing lens that everybody loves. So honestly, if you're looking for an all-around video lens that you can use for anything, the 18-35 is going to serve you right. Especially because even if you're on a crop frame, that 18mm is going to turn into a 35, and that 35 is going to turn into a 50, and so on and so forth. Plus you can crop in, get that 4K mode, turn on your image stabilization and crop in a little more. You can just manipulate it in so many different ways. Throw on a speed booster to get that full frame back. There's a lot of things you can do. Anyways, that's all for today's video, guys. I love this lens, and it comes in at about $650 if you want to get it on eBay, or even just $800 if you want to buy it brand new on like B&H or something. But that's all for today's video, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm sorry I couldn't put more into the video. I don't have anything set up. But next week, I'm going to be uploading a Cyber Monday haul video, and I hope you guys are going to enjoy that because I spent a lot of stuff. I bought a lot of gear, and I'm ready to make some content. So I'll catch you guys in the next video. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button if you aren't already subscribed, to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Thanks so much. Have an amazing day, morning, night, and wherever you're watching from, and I'll see you next time. Peace.